Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, today I saw this story from Forbes and I want to share it with you. You all know that a couple of weeks ago, Donald Trump had a rally against the advice of medical experts and his own advisors. This man proceeded to have a mass rally in Oklahoma. And, this was an indoor rally. It was a rally where they did have masks, but it was optional, and many of the participants did not wear masks. So you have a situation where Donald Trump is going against the advice of all these medical experts, against the advice of his own advisors, against the advice of the Center for Disease Control. As you all know, it's a pandemic going on right now. We have this COVID-19 pandemic that has caused a lot of disruption in society. You've had many governors around the country issue stay-at-home orders. That's how serious this situation is. You have well over 100,000 people who have died from this virus in the United States, and over 1 million people have contracted this virus. And despite all this loss of life, despite all these people getting sick from this virus, despite all this medical evidence that tells us that the ways that you prevent this virus is through social distancing, you had this man, Donald Trump, proceed to conduct a rally for his campaign. And within an indoor space where people are in very close proximity to one another, where many of the people are not wearing masks because this man, Donald Trump, told people that somehow it's weak to wear a mask, that somehow you don't need to wear a mask, even though we know that masks prevent the spread of germs, they reduce the exposure to this virus. And that's part of the reason why the rates of infection have gone down in certain places. But this man, flaunts the fact that he doesn't like to wear a mask. And now you have all these places where they have opened up. All of a sudden, they have increased numbers of people that are getting this virus. But despite all of that stuff that's going on, you had this man, Donald Trump, hold this rally. And as far as he's concerned, the only thing that matters to him is his own self-promotion, is his own reelection. He couldn't give a damn about his own supporters. He couldn't care if they get sick or if they live or die. All he's concerned about is whether or not they will vote for him in November. He's concerned about his own political future. That is more important to him than the lives of his very own supporters. And the fact that you have these people that are dumb enough to follow this man over a cliff. And that's what this whole virus situation is like, because people are literally dying over this. And you have this Negro, Herman Cain. In this news report, it talks about how this man, this coon, ended up getting this virus too. And now he's in the hospital behind this. And this man, Herman Cain, actually attended this Trump rally and was flaunting the fact that he didn't have a mask on. So I'm going to go to this story real quick. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. I'll get to your comments in a second. But I want to share this story with you. So I'm going to share my screen so that you can see this particular article as I talk about it. Shout out to everybody tuning in. So here's the article from Forbes. It says Herman Cain was hospitalized with COVID-19 after attending Trump's Tulsa rally, Maskless. And as you know, he was the former CEO of Godfather's Pizza. And it says that he was hospitalized for coronavirus on Wednesday 2 weeks after he attended President Trump's campaign rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Barefaced without a mask on. And I'm going to show you the image of him with these other coons at this Trump rally. And I'm going to get into it in a second why I call these people that attend Trump rallies coons. I mean, many people that are familiar with this channel understand why I would do that. But for those of you who are new to this channel, I'm going to explain it fully. So it says that his representative said this: "We are sorry to announce that Herman Cain has tested positive for COVID-19 and is currently receiving treatment in an Atlanta area hospital." Herman Cain is 74 years old, and they said that he tested positive on June 29th. And they said that his symptoms were severe enough to warrant hospitalization on Wednesday, but he's not connected to a ventilator. They say he's awake and alert and all that kind of stuff and resting comfortably. That's what they say in this particular article. And let me say this, like, even though I'm calling this man a coon and all that kind of stuff, I don't wish any harm on him. I hope that he has a full and speedy recovery and stuff like that. I don't wish sickness on my worst enemies or anything like that. This is an unfortunate event, but it's like his own ignorance and his own stupidity led to this situation. And then this goes on to say, there's no way of knowing for sure how or where Mr. Cain contracted the coronavirus. And that's true. There's no way to know for sure where he contracted it, but it's likely that he would have contracted it from that rally where you have all these people without masks, all these people crammed together within within an arena where it's packed with people. All these people think that they're being strong and mighty by not wearing masks when really they're being stupid and ignorant. And it's just ridiculous. But here's a picture from his Twitter where he's at this rally, and you see all these people, these Negroes surrounding him. None of them have on masks, and when people are talking, when people are sneezing and coughing and all that kind of stuff, they are spewing droplets of saliva that carry this virus. Not only can it be projected like within 6 feet if you're near somebody talking and stuff like that, or someone breathing, or even, coughing or sneezing. They say that can be projected, like if somebody coughs or sneezes, that can be projected up to 27 feet from what I recall from this article, those droplets. And that causes people to catch this virus. So you have all these people packed like this with no mask on, exposing themselves to this virus. And this brother, let me not call him a brother, but this man is an older man as well, and he's part of the vulnerable population to this virus. But yet he's out there with no mask on, attending this rally. And also, we know that African Americans are disproportionately impacted by this virus. African Americans are more likely to catch this virus and more likely to die from this virus. But yet you had this man that has engaged in this reckless and silly, ridiculous behavior by attending this event. And now he's tested positive for this virus and he's in a hospital. You had Donald Trump downplaying this thing for a long time, saying that it's not that big a deal to go away in the summertime. And here we are in the summer and people are still getting sick from this virus and still dying from this virus. And this first wave of this virus is not even over yet. This is just the first wave. There's supposed to be a second wave of this deadly virus. And you have people engaged in contact like this. And it just shows you how some people are susceptible to being led astray. There's vulnerable to the cult of personality, where people suspend logic and reason and they blindly follow a leader. Like people are blindly following Donald Trump, almost like people blindly follow Jim Jones and Dave Koresh and other cult leaders. Here you have a situation where the scientists are telling you that this is a deadly virus. You see the numbers every day on the news where all these people are dying from this virus. All these people are getting sick from this virus. And you have the advice from the Center for Disease Control and all these other experts dealing with viruses saying that we need to practice social distancing and frequent hand washing and wearing masks. But despite that, because this man, this clown, this buffoon, Donald Trump, this reality star, tells people that it's okay and it's safe and all that kind of stuff, despite what his own advisors are saying, people can just go along with the flow. They just follow Donald Trump and drink from the Kool-Aid. And now we see what happens when people follow somebody literally off a cliff. And that's what these people are doing. They're following Donald Trump off a cliff. And it is stupid for a Black person, knowing that this virus has disproportionately impacted Black people, for a Black person to attend an event like this with no mask on, where there's all these other people with no mask and all these people crowded together. It's just ridiculous. And then, like, in terms of why I call these people that support Donald Trump a coon, coons and stuff like that, I mean, that's obvious because of Donald Trump's policies that are detrimental to Black people, his policies that are openly hostile to Black people. This man has done all kinds of, this man is calling Black Lives Matter a terrorist organization, a hate group and terrorists and all that kind of stuff. And I don't agree with all of Black Lives Matter's agenda and all that kind of stuff, but I support the call for an end to police brutality. I support the call for an end to racial profiling and the oppression of Black people at the hands of these police and vigilantes and all that kind of stuff. And you have Donald Trump labeling this group as some kind of hate group. You have Donald Trump not only labeling civil rights organizations as hate groups, you have Donald Trump praising white supremacists. And I've talked about this time and time again. I mean, he called those people in Charlottesville, Virginia, that went on that racial riot, those hate mongers, he referred to them as some very good people, some fine people and all that kind of stuff. This man has supported positions that are contrary to the interests of Black people, supported that fake voter fraud commission that was designed to suppress Black and Latino votes. This man has attacked affirmative action, tried to weaponize the Justice Department to end affirmative action, a program that has benefited African-American people. This man has encouraged his people at his rallies to attack Black protesters. This man has referred to Black protesters at these NFL football games as sons of bitches. This man has downplayed the significance of police brutality. He's just said that this is some local, through his spokespeople, has said that this is a local matter, is not a matter for the federal government. And he actually joked about police brutality. Joked about it when speaking to a crowd of police officers. And Donald Trump is on record, according to his own attorney, to saying racist statements. I mean, this man has said that only Black people live like this, when looking at bad conditions in places like Chicago. This man has, questioned Black people's intelligence and capabilities. This man is a racist, no doubt about it. So how can any Black person in their right mind be attending a Donald Trump rally or supporting a man such as Donald Trump, a man that has proven that he doesn't give a damn about Black people, a man that has proven that he is hostile to the interests of Black people, a man that panders and caters to white supremacists? This man actually tweeted out videos where some white people are saying white power. But yet and still you have idiots, buffoons, coons, mammies, house Negroes, Stepid Fetchins, you know, attending these Donald Trump rallies and supporting this man. They were literally doing a coon dance during this rally. And I would show the footage, but I don't want to go through the trouble. If I get time, I'll post a link in the description box. But anyway, I had to share this story with you all. It's just a damn shame that this black man would expose himself to a deadly virus just so that he can go hear his white daddy speak at a rally. So let's see what you all are saying. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. So somebody is saying COVID is a scam. I mean, I think that that's one of the most ridiculous comments ever. And I've seen you post this before. And I'm going to put your name up here. Let's see. Grand Poobah. I've seen your comments before about how COVID is a scam. Where's your proof that it's a scam? I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous when we have over 100,000 people who have died from this supposed scam. Over 100,000 people. And you have this man, Herman Cain, in a hospital sick from this virus. Tell him that it's not real. Tell all those people and their families who have died that it's not real. You know, tell the people that are in the hospital tonight that this virus is not real. Over, I think it's like 125,000 people had this virus have died from this virus. Over 1 million people have contracted this virus. People would not shut down businesses over some fake virus. You know, these public officials would not jeopardize the economy over something that was fake. If they value anything, they value money. They value the marketplace. The last thing in the world that they would want to do is disrupt the marketplace with some fake scam. And, you know, the mere numbers speak for itself. The virus is real. And if you want to believe that it's fake, then you're going to risk your own safety. And that's foolish and reckless. So I can't understand how people still to this day think that that's not a real virus, despite all this evidence and, you know, from scientists and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so shout out to Sister. So this guy, Grand Poobah, is saying that a mask doesn't protect you. I mean, that's so ridiculous that a mask doesn't protect you. You know, some masks don't, like some coverings don't protect you. Like if you just wear a regular scarf, you know, as these people have said before, that's more of a protection for others, you know, so that your saliva doesn't get into the air and, you know, possibly can, you know, infect others. But they have medical masks that do protect people from viruses. They have the N95 masks and these surgical masks that actually do protect people from viruses. If these masks didn't protect people, doctors wouldn't be wearing them, and surgeons and other medical professionals who are around deadly viruses, they wouldn't be wearing those masks. I mean, those masks wouldn't be in regular use if they weren't effective. So it's just like non-scientific to say, well, a mask doesn't protect you at all. If you have a medical mask, if you have a N95 mask, that will protect you. That's just a scientific fact. Some homemade masks may not protect you to the same degree as a medical mask, but they offer some protection, not only for you, but for people that are around you. And this person is just like, this Poobah person is saying all this stuff about somebody being brainwashed. I mean, it sounds like you're the one that's brainwashed because you're not presenting any kind of facts or any kind of evidence at all for what you're talking about. If you want to go out here and believe that the disease, that this virus is fake, go ahead and risk your life and the lives of your loved ones. But I think that that's stupid, it's foolish, it's reckless. And right now, this is like, it's so stupid for somebody to say something like that, especially at a time like this where we had this report of somebody that attended a Trump rally and they're sick. You think they're faking? You think he's acting? But this is just like how irrational a lot of people are. Like these people come up with these ridiculous conspiracy theories without any facts or any evidence. And that's why people dismiss like these conspiracy theorists a lot of times, because they don't present actual facts or anything. Yeah, and then that's another thing. Like Cohen Davis brought up a point. Let me highlight that. It says Trump also told anyone attending the event that they cannot be, that he cannot be held legally liable if they catch COVID at the event. So he had these people, if I'm not mistaken, these people had to sign paperwork, waivers, releases saying that they can't sue Trump if they catch the virus. So if this virus is fake, why would they go through the trouble of doing that? I just don't understand these ridiculous conspiracy people like this Grand Poobah talking about somebody's brainwashed. Come on. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Oh, man. Let's see what y'all are saying. Hold on one second. Yeah, Def Rocker, I heard about that. So Def Rocker said, "Isn't there another virus that comes from pigs now?" Yeah, I heard about that. There's another SARS virus that is affecting pigs in China right now. Like according to this report that I read, they said that it has not spread it to humans yet, but it's possible that it may in the future. So right now you had this virus that's affecting livestock right now. And who knows if that will spread to human beings later. So it's just a scary world that we live in. Yeah, so this is a good point right here. Renaissance Man 2008 said, "I don't wish harm on anyone, but I hope this serves as an example to some of these black conservatives who follow Trump anywhere. Now it'll be poetic justice if Trump got it too." Yeah, that would be something, because Trump makes it seem like it's cool not to wear a mask, but Trump is surrounded, he has his people that are around him regularly tested for this virus. He's regularly tested for the virus. I think that they said he has like daily testings and all that kind of stuff. He is insulated just by virtue of his position and stuff like that. They make sure that they protect him, even though he's foolish enough to run around with no mask on. But they have measures in place to protect him from this virus. So he helps give off this false impression that it's okay, you don't need to wear a mask and all that kind of stuff. But he's not like any other civilian in this society. He's protected. He's regularly tested. The people around him are tested. So, he's creating a false impression. And the fact of the matter is, like, even right now, people are getting all comfortable with things. They're thinking like, oh, it's chill. They're opening things back up, and maybe it's okay for me to mingle and do this and that. I don't have to worry about this virus as much. The fact of the matter is the virus hasn't gone anywhere. It hasn't been wiped out in the United States. There is no vaccine for this virus. every place has not been completely sterilized and wiped out of this virus. That virus is out there, still out there, and any of us can catch that virus. So we need to continue to exercise caution and avoid situations where you cannot socially distance, and wear your mask and sanitize and wash your hands regularly to avoid getting sick and ended up like Herman Cain. So let's see what else people are saying. Yeah, so even like Trump's own experts, as Cohen Davis is saying, have advised people to wear masks and all that kind of stuff. And even they were speaking out that Dr. Fauci was telling people that they probably shouldn't go to that event. He was saying it is basically not safe, from what I recall. But yet people are just ignoring this science, and they're just following this Donald Trump off a cliff. Yeah, so I see that Kevin Smith said he hopes that Herman Cain gets better soon. I do too. I hope he gets better too. I don't wish any harm on him, despite my political disagreements with him. I hope that he recovers. But anyway, I just wanted to share this story with y'all real quick. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content on here. And I'm probably going to do one more video tonight. I may do one more video tonight. Don't hold me to it. If I don't do it tonight, it'll be in the morning. So turn on that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a great evening.